Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to a delayed but present, is it Wednesday? Wednesday day live stream. Today we are going to be talking about Creator Bid's V2 Launchpad. Of course, the reason for the delay is because I was on an X Space with Andrew Hemingway, a fellow DeSci content creator, and Valley DAO talking about how to grow community and expand the reach of decentralized science, a topic that I feel I get invited to speak on quite frequently from the different DeSci leaders in this space. Shout out Valley DAO, shout out Andrew, thank you so much. I had a great time. After we talk about this V2 Launchpad from Creator Bid, we will get more in depth on decentralized science and we'll go over our regular rigmarole. But for anyone who's watching the recording, I want to make it very nice and concise for you about this V2 Launchpad. Now, why are we talking about Creator Bid and what even is Creator Bid? Creator Bid is an AI agent ecosystem launchpad. You can kind of think of it as a Patreon for AI agents. They simplify the process for launching AI agents, and they've actually started to migrate and get subnets going on BitTensor, which is a massive, massive opportunity for anyone in the AI space. They are kind of like the Bitcoin for AI on chain, which is really cool because they even have the same tokenomics. So pretty fun. All right, so Creator Bid. Why are we talking about it? We're talking about it because our agent, DeSci guy, Bill, the DeSci guy, he was launched on Creator Bid. He was one of the first agents to launch on Creator Bid. We did sort of a stealth launch where we didn't really say anything. We launched it and then we started rocking and rolling, and we are getting very close to making some crazy cool partnerships with Bill. They're in the works. I'm just finalizing stuff so that we can actually announce them properly and get them going and get him integrated into some exciting things in DeSci. This relaunch or V2 of Creator Bid's Launchpad implicates all of us because we all have bid tokens and we all have endorsed Agent Bill. I know that because I have tracked every single person's wallet in the chat. Now, rather than read everything that was listed out on this article about the V2 for Creator Bid, I went ahead and copy pasted it into ChatGPT to give some top highlights with the curated bid. So here we go. It is a new model for agent launches. Number one is decentralized curation. Projects are chosen by the community, not by a centralized team. So that is the first change, where the community is going to get to vote on what projects are curated on this launchpad. Of course, it's still open. Anyone can launch on Creator Bid, right? But these curated launches, these specialized launches of agents, are something that the community is going to vote on. You vote using bid locked in your vault. 2 million bid votes equals the green light to launch the agent. So that is the minimum threshold that is needed in order to launch a curated agent, is 2 million bid votes, which is pretty cool. Put it into perspective, Bill right now has around 800,000 locked bid points. So we are almost halfway to the point where we could launch our own curated launches. So that's pretty exciting. I think this is a move, and I think it's a really smart move from Creator Bid to parallel virtuals. Virtuals being the leader in AI launchpads. We'll come back to the article summary in a second, but to put in, to just give you guys some scale, the market cap of Creator Bid right now circulating is 15.8 million. If we go to virtual, you have a market cap of $1.1 billion for virtuals. Yeah, that is pretty insane of a difference. And I think that Creator Bid is doing it better. Obviously, I'm biased, so take it with a grain of salt. Number two, the launch structure that rewards long-term alignment. So 37.5% of supplies sold in a fixed price ecosystem sale. 100,000 FDV divided by $500 max buy per buyer. So they're incentivizing it to be spread out amongst thousands of wallets, not necessarily thousands of users, but thousands of wallets, which is another really good thing because then you can kind of inhibit people from buying up a ton of the supply and just tanking it, right? Then 50% of the tokens go to contributors and bid holders via Conviction Vault and Mindshare rewards. 12.5% deployed as liquidity across Base or BNB. The Algo Snipe, I think, is one of the coolest features here. So Algo Snipe is the automatic first buy advantage. Any unused funds from the sale pledge can snipe the first DEX buy of the launched curated token, and it will be split by bid level to everyone who partook in the voting, in the funding of the token launch, right? So basically, if they have an over allocation that secluded people from getting into it, they're going to just take that money, and instead of refunding everyone, they're going to snipe the launch and give you guys more tokens, which is really cool. I think it's a really good way to go about that. Number 4, gamified reputation system. So the bid level boosts allocation and voting power. The bid level has a lot to do with how long you've locked your bid tokens for, the market cap of the agent you've endorsed, the total amount of bid endorsing the agent that you also chose to endorse, and how long. I think I already said that, but it's got a lot of factors to it, which are pretty powerful, pretty cool. The social score increases bid level through content and promotion. So this is another area that I think Creator Bid is doing it right. So the social score. Notice how they said through content and promotion. If you go on X right now, you're probably getting bombarded with posts about Creator Bid. That is because everyone who is using Creator Bid is talking about it now in order to boost their social ranking. It is the glorious, glorious newfound Ponzi scheme that cryptos have been taking on. It is the social Ponzi scheme, which is really, really interesting to me. It's something that we've seen a lot with the InfoFi space. Kaito, which I've talked to you guys a lot about, Proto KOL, which again I've talked to you guys a lot about, the different projects out there that are rewarding people for talking on social media. It is a way to funnel that attention into designated areas in the market. It's a way to control the currency of attention. And so them doing that, I think, is a really, really advantageous thing to do, because we know that our bags pumping are dependent on where the attention is. Correct. Good job, guys. Next up, we have the person who sells score, penalizing misaligned behavior, early selling, reducing bid level, but recovery is possible. So I believe if you sell within the first couple hours or the first day or two of launch, you're going to get penalized just because you were just trying to farm the liquidity from the platform users. And so you're not going to be able to do it as successfully the next time. And then, of course, the last one here is investor alignment flywheel. Launchpad is designed to incentivize quality, loyalty, and long-term skin in the game. Holders, builders, and Creator Bid win together, not just at the token generation event. Now, I specifically asked ChatGPT to give me talking points for a room full of investors, so let's see what it put together here. Creator Bid V2 eliminates gatekeeping. Launches are now driven by the conviction of bid holders. Investors decide what gets green-lit, no centralized bottlenecks, or at least a limited centralization of the bottlenecks. This isn't just a launchpad, the staple of an AI-generated post. It's a full-stack flywheel aligning builders, holders, and contributors from day one, designed to create long-term value, not pump and dumps. And Algo Snipe turns leftover capital into alpha. We went over the Algo Snipe. So that's really, really exciting. That is just one of the crazy updates that Creator Bid has been launching lately. They have really done a good job at getting in the limelight. So shout out to the Creator Bid team. Let's go ahead and spin this wheel over to see that Bill is number 8 on the top 10 endorsed agents on the platform. With a market cap of $300,000, he is a gem right now. He is also number 10 on the market cap list of agents on Creator Bid. So he is ranked in the top 10 for both the endorsed amount and top 50 agents by market cap. So let's see if we can climb those ranks a little bit. I want to see us get in the top 3. There's no reason why we can't be number 1 in the space. Let's go. Let's go. How do you guys think I did? There's still more stuff to talk about with Creator Bid, but that is what I wanted to really highlight. So can you guys give me some round of applause or like a little +1 W that? in the chats. Good morning, C90. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Beagle. Good morning, Morales. Good morning, Stare. How's it going, SG? Jordy, Wild Africa. Welcome in to today's live stream. For those of you who don't know, we go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk about decentralized science and the broader crypto markets. Recently, we've had a very strong conviction, very strong focus on community. This is something that I'm going to continue to pound, whatever the saying is. Community is what drives everything in crypto. Community is what drives everything in crypto. And so if you're here in crypto, find yourself a community, join it, and enjoy the ride. Have some people, some like-minded individuals there for the ride. Damn it, C90. Why'd you retract your message? What did it say? Good morning, Talkred. W. Patrick. Yeah, let's go. Oh, you probably said L. Patrick, you motherfucker. All right, next thing from Creator Bid. Let's go, +1. The new Tau Council member announcement. We're excited to welcome X Ventures Fund to the Creator Bid Tau Council. X Ventures, a leading German Web3 fund, is also the team behind Proof of Talk. I'm going to go ahead and follow them, just like you guys should do if you don't already. And please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button on the live stream. Your support means the world to me. I see we only have 4 likes, yet we have 13 concurrent viewers, so I'm a little bit baffled. And is deeply aligned, Proof of Talk is deeply aligned with the Tau ecosystem, bringing strong conviction as well as agent backing to the table. As we mentioned yesterday, the Tau Council is one of the key elements that make CreatorBid truly unique, connecting top-tier agent builders with subnet owners and ecosystem backers. With V2 launching this June, it already launched, now is the perfect time for agent devs and teams considering a subnet-powered agent launch to reach out. Let's build the next wave of agentic infrastructure together. That is really, really crazy. Really cool. What that is essentially saying, if we go scrolling a little bit, you'll actually see that there are a couple agents now that have their own subnets on BitTensor from CreatorBid. This is, in my opinion, their moment to really shine, because this is how they're going to gain that attention from the hype cycle of AI. If they weren't already positioned in a good spot to take advantage of it, being tied to BitTensor, good job. Really good, really, really good. 4 of our agents already using the subnet APIs. The D-King DAO, Aeon, Shogun, and Michael Taylor. I'm gonna go ahead and follow all of them. I thought I already followed them, but I guess not. I don't even follow any of them. Shame on me. Shame on me. DM us if you run a subnet or a serious builder ready to launch an AI agent. Really cool. Really, really cool. This is why I think that Bid pumped so much. I'm pretty sure that this is why Bid pumped like 80% in the matter of 2 days. It was because of that subnet talk and because of the launch of V2 for the Launchpad, of course. But that subnet drew in a lot of excitement. C90, you went too far with that comment for real. God damn it. What was the comment? Today's video sponsor is water. Not sponsored, although it should be. Make sure you guys stay hydrated. It's the #1 longevity hack, no matter what any of these gurus say. Water. That's it. If you drink more water, you'll feel better. You'll probably live a lot longer. You know, fun fact. Hold on, let me take another sip. I, standing here in front of you as a 28-year-old male, am the longest survivor in my bloodline of not having kidney stones. I worded that really weird. I'm the oldest anyone in my family has been without getting kidney stones. And it is because of how much water I drink. I swear, that is it. And of course the fruit to break down the deposits in my kidneys and everything. But the water, guys, drink water. It really, really does save your life. And how crazy is that? That everyone else in my family, before they hit late 20s, had gotten kidney stones. Insane. Insane. All right, now let's go ahead. If you guys have any questions or things you want to talk about when it comes to CreatorBid, feel free to drop them in the comments. I am always reading the comments as best as I can, of course. Always looking to read the comments as best I can. Let's go ahead and start talking about the market. Then we'll get into our DeSci talk. So Bitcoin right now getting rejected actually as we speak by the 20-day moving average. This is not something that should be surprising to people. It's trying to hold up here, and I hope it does, but I have a very strong feeling we will be coming back down to the $99,000 area. I think that we are going to come test the 200-day moving average before continuing this leg upwards. Now, that is a contrarian position to the global liquidity position that everyone seems to be having. I think that this is a strong correlation, but it's almost too correlated right now. The correlation between the global liquidity and Bitcoin is almost too correlated, if that makes sense. Like, we are right here doing the exact same formation on both Bitcoin and global liquidity, just with that delay. And so everyone's expecting it to skyrocket. I think we get a liquidation run and then skyrocket. I do think we'll continue with the correlation, but I think we're going to fake everyone out because everyone's watching it and everyone's expecting it. One thing I did want to overlay it is the total crypto market cap divided by, or not divided by, but the total crypto market cap compared to the global liquidity chart. You guys have all seen it, which is why I'm not explaining any of it, but this, I think, lines up better. In my opinion, I think that this is a better representation of what everyone should be paying attention to when it comes to the global liquidity. It is the total crypto market cap, not just Bitcoin. Bitcoin only makes up a fraction of the total crypto market cap. Now that fraction is 60-something%, but it is not the entirety of the picture. And I believe that we are more closely aligned to right here, not this pump, but rather this pump in the total crypto market cap versus global liquidity. Now I am shifting it down a little bit, but that's because I think the total liquidity kind of had a parabolic rally here and then blow off top, and crypto did not. And I think that crypto had a capitulation moment where global liquidity did not. So I'm just kind of rounding those spikes off and showcasing that I do think we're right around here for the crypto cycle. So I expect a leg up to all-time highs, somewhere around that $4 trillion area where I drew the circle, and then another leg up over the next couple of months, really the next quarter, up to that $5 to $6 trillion threshold, which hopefully we keep going and get into my circle that I drew back at the depths of the bear market. I've not changed it. I've kept it here since like 2023. And I will not change it, and I really hope that we hit there, but there's no telling. I think if we can continue to follow the global liquidity, we have a good shot at hitting it, but nothing is guaranteed. Sturdy just came out saying RO membranes and plastics now. Huh? What does that mean, C90? Can you link something? Can't win. Now water is killing us. No. Water's not killing us. But how does one get water without the plastics? You cannot. I'm sorry I read those comments backwards. C90, you cannot. Even simply breathing, I am ingesting microplastics into my body. You cannot get rid of the microplastics in the water. It is ubiquitous like the tardigrade. They are everywhere, unfortunately. Even if you use a complex filter system, only drink water out of glass or stainless steel, it doesn't matter. Your plumbing is made of plastic. It's got the microplastics in it. Everything has microplastics in it. Even your brain matter has microplastics in it at this point, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. You need to invite Andrew and Joshua Jake on the live. I enjoy y'all talking about DeSci. Let's go, David. Let's go. I need to get people on the live. I think it'll be more exciting for everyone if I get some visitors on the live stream. Plus, it's a good way to gain that exposure. I just never have enough planning in my brain to really get that going. I plan these lives like 30 minutes before the live stream, believe it or not. You probably believe it. I've been living on Diet Mountain Dew only to avoid the plastics. All right. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Is there plastic lining? I already know the answer. Unfortunately, the aluminum can that you were drinking it out of is lined with plastic in order to prevent any corrosion to the aluminum. So, joke's on you, C90. Ha, got him. Got him. Why? Why did they condemn us like this? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum's still holding up very strong. Ethereum actually outperforming Bitcoin right now. Let's see how long-lived that is. Ethereum, of course, it's got to do with what we talked about on yesterday's live stream with the SEC coming out and clearly stating that proof of stake is not a security. And now we have all the ETFs being pumped out there in the market for Ethereum. It is bullish for our ETH bags and our ETH-based altcoins. Yeah, things are going good, guys. Things are going good in the market. Let's just keep it going for as long as possible. Now, on to the decentralization of science. So what I found out on the X space with Valley DAO is that the hackathon from Bio is ending here in the next week. So we are going to be getting a lot of exciting announcements and agents and just AI systems, agentic systems, launching here from that hackathon. I eat plastic only. You're a different breed, Beagle. One of the systems that is coming out from the hackathon is Valley DAO's Flow. So why deep tech fails and how we are fixing it. So this is a really good read. I will link it to you guys. I don't have it in me to read this all right now because I stayed up all night last night and I'm actually got like cold sweats right now just because I'm not meant to stay up all night. But I got really excited and could not go to sleep, so I just came down to the computer and I've been here since about 3 in the morning. Yeah. So I'm not going to read it, but I recommend you guys read it. It's a really good read. It is very interesting what they're building, and the whole idea is because of how much friction is in the deep tech funding and like biotech specifically, but because of how much friction is there, Valley DAO is trying to find a way to help the funders and help the people that are trying to receive the funding to go ahead and get that funding, just speed up the timeline. And I think that is a really good narrative to get behind. And obviously there's a lot more to it, and we'll continue to find out more in the coming weeks as they finish up the contest, but they're really, really, I think it's good. I think this is something that I hope they attach a token to. Oh man, me and my tokens. Ooh. Yeah, it was a really good space. Really good space. I enjoyed talking about community building stuff with them. C90 was there. Takarid was there. David was there. I don't know that I saw anyone else there, but they got 5 days left. Submissions are still open for the BioX AI hackathon. You've been waiting to build scientific AI agents. Now's the time. Submit your project by June 8th. Over $100,000 in prizes still up for grabs. Winners announced live at DeSci Berlin. Agentic science prototypes are being built with tech from Bio, Molecule, ELISA, Solana, Origin Trail, Protocol Labs, and Prime Intellect. It's a cool spot to be in the DeSci market, that's for sure. Oh man. How has it only been 30 minutes? I feel like I've been ranting at you guys for like 2 hours. Okay, Research Hub out here trying to get philosophical. What if the universe is just a program? We're going live with researchers from Wolfram Institute to explore the code behind reality. Shit. What if? I know we talk about theoretical stuff like that, the fourth dimension, time crystals, all that fun stuff, quantum physics, quantum computing, We talk about it probably more than most people, but the simulation theory for the universe is one of my least favorite theories, mostly because you can't disprove it. You just can't. It's just there as a viable option, and it's like, all right, but I want to get more exciting with it. Yeah, sure. Some alien species got super advanced and it created simulations that we're all living in, and maybe the way that you get advanced with it, now that I'm thinking about it and comparing it to other things that I've had conversations about, like maybe we are aliens and we're trying to fast run, like go through a speed run of life in order to gain consciousness, and learn all the skills that we need to learn. And maybe we're here to just fast track that and just like enhance our consciousness. And then once we're done, once we die, once we hit that conscious state, then we can go back into the alien world and go live there for whatever it is. Like we're in an egg, an egg theory almost. Or maybe it is some weird simulation. They're just farming us for energy, like in the Matrix. There's a lot of different viabilities for that, but it's interesting. Hot take. I disagree with Andrew's position that DeFi is just filled with excess. People have closed bank accounts. People have closed retirement accounts for DeFi. I agree with you, C90. I didn't want to say anything directly to that because I don't have any facts, but I'm certain that there is a large subset of DeFi users who are 100% all in. I think a prime example is that James dude who keeps getting liquidated. He is all in. I guarantee you he does not have a safety net, right? I guarantee you he is all in. But yeah, I think his point is relatively sound. I think for the most part his point's sound. Like the masses and most people are not all in on DeFi, but there's definitely a subset of people that are. To be clear, Stadium Science has zero involvement with this wallet. Huh? Our CTO, Mac, joins the MedTech Guru podcast to explore the future of decentralized health and data ownership. Curious how your voice could help detect disease early, how AI can speed up diagnosis, or how blockchain puts patients in control? The episode has answers on YouTube. We're all on this planet to buy coins. That is what it feels like. I think my favorite theory about it all is that we are just the universe experiencing itself. And that is not even really a theory. That is actually just what's happening, is that we are part of the universe and we have some sort of consciousness and we are just the universe experiencing itself, which is pretty cool, I guess. Jack Mahlers has orange pilled people with Strike to be all in the Bitcoin space. That is crazy. That is crazy. But I'm sure, a lot of people, crypto's kind of a religion. A lot of people are all in on this stuff. What's holding it back? Most scientists don't know it exists. Academia resists change. Poor incentive design. Skepticism towards crypto. But the foundations are being laid. Once it clicks, it'll scale fast. I think it is scaling fast already. I think it has clicked for a lot of people. I do. I think people are waiting for the proof of concept that is DeSci to go mainstream. I think people are waiting for the full flywheel to be turning. And we're very close, but until we get FDA approval on new drug therapies that have been formed from decentralized efforts, decentralized science with crypto and stuff, I think that we are still waiting on the flywheel. So until that happens, we're still waiting on the flywheel. And that should not come as a surprise to anyone. That is how it's been the whole time, right? We've been anticipating these hype cycles to come through it and grow it like an emerging industry has, right? Those booms and busts. DeSci's gone through a couple of them, but all in the scale of one larger boom that is going on right now. And so, yeah, I think over time they'll level out like any asset class and we'll continue to see it expand. I think that escape velocity for decentralized science happens after we have the first mainstream FDA approved compound that has come from one of the DAOs. Who it will be, I do not know. But if you want to piece together my thought process there, You come to the watch list and you go to the bio IPTs or the microcap DeSci IPTs. These are the potential candidates for reaching escape velocity. Hence why I am so incredibly bullish on not only the token, but tracking the actual science and the data and the communities behind them. Because I think that one of these suckers, or a new one that hasn't been launched yet, will be the reason that we see DeSci mass adoption. Why does everyone conscious have the same experience with gravity though? There are some weird laws that exist through multiple different viewpoints. That is true. Is gravity constant though? No, not time dilation, gravity dilation. Gravitational time dilation is a real effect. No. I don't want time dilation, I want gravity dilation. Does gravity change or does it not? I have not ever actually thought about this, C90. Interesting. The attraction between two masses, theoretically, that is the leading theory on gravity. We must approach all things by questioning them. That is the leading theory, is that gravity is the attraction force between two bodies of mass and that everything has a gravitational field, and yet the largest gravitational field will win out. That is why the pen does not stick to me when I let go of it, even though we both have a gravitational force, because the Earth has a stronger one. I don't know. Why does everyone's consciousness have the same experience with gravity? There are some weird laws that exist through multiple different viewpoints. I wonder what the gravitational force in like quantum systems is like. If you guys are viewing this live stream for the first time, I want to just apologize that we're not focused 100% on DeSci right now, but this is how the live streams go. It is a free-for-all. In quantum systems, gravitational force or gravity is a force that affects all objects with mass and energy. It is a fundamental interaction, but its quantum nature is still under investigation, and theories like quantum gravity are being developed to reconcile with the quantum mechanics. Quantum gravity seeks to describe gravity at the smallest possible scales, where quantum effects become significant. Quantum gravity. Quantum gravity is a field of theoretical physics that aims to integrate gravity with quantum mechanics. This is a challenging task because general relativity, which describes gravity as a curvature of spacetime, doesn't readily fit into the framework of quantum mechanics. Quantum nature of gravity. The question of whether gravity is truly a quantum force or if it's a description of a large scale is a central topic of quantum gravity research. Some theories suggest that gravity emerges from deeper quantum processes, potentially at the level of electromagnetic interactions. Interesting. No, I enjoy it, C90. I enjoy it. This is the only time that I get to just stand on my soapbox and preach about random things that I know very little about, and have an audience of 12 captive viewers to listen to me and go back and forth on interesting topics that we are lucky enough to be at the point in history where there is no definitive answers for a lot of it. So you get to just say stuff, and if you say it smart enough, it sounds true enough, then it is taken serious. And genuinely, that is how a lot of all of this ends up playing out anyways. It is quite interesting, actually, and I feel privy to have all of you here with me. Thank you. Thank you. You think it's better to be exposed to all those projects in your watch list or pick out some of them? In my opinion, and what I have been doing, is get exposed to all of them, because I don't know which one's going to take off, and I won't know until it's already taking off. And I think that all of them, from the research I've done, have very bright futures. Specifically the bio IP tokens, they all have very bright futures. There's a lot more of them. Actually, there's a list right here. Let's wait for the screen to load. Come on. All of these have very bright futures, and all have the potential to become multi-billion-dollar IPs. Really. multi-billion-dollar biotech startups. And their market caps are all sitting sub $10 million, which is pretty insane to me. But there's 10 of them. Did MIDI finally launch? MIDI finally went liquid. Let's go. Let's go. How long ago? June 3rd. It went liquid yesterday. That's awesome. I didn't even notice it. So MIDI finally went liquid. It of course did the staple pop drop. It looks like it locked, but time's gonna have to tell because we're only one daily candle into it. So it's still in the dropping phase. I will be buying a bag of MIDI. That's cool. When I did a very, very large scale investigation into the bio IP tokens, and MIDI was one that I was like, they've already minted the tokens. Why is it not liquid? And so it finally went liquid. There's a couple projects out there where they've already minted all the tokens for the IP, but it hasn't had liquidity added yet, so you can't actually go out and buy it. Yeah, down 81% in 24 hours is pretty crazy. You get those early people who just want to get out at those crazy market caps. Remember, the funding for these are pretty unique in that you get to get in at disgustingly low valuations, like sometimes as low as they're kind of very similar to Pump Science, where you can get into some of these IP tokens at the price of like $100,000 market caps, $60,000 market caps. So if you get in, you just immediately dump and just tank it for everyone else. Yeah, interesting. Pop, drop, and lock it. Yeah. I got another patent on 520. I saw that to say some IP is not worth a penny. Some will do amazing, some will hang on a wall and collect dust. Yeah, no, I agree with you, C90. I definitely agree with you. My dad's got a patent that he's had for like 30 years, probably expired. That thing did nothing but collect dust. So it all depends on who is behind it and how much motivation they have to really push it forward, right? His patent could have done something, but he did not end up doing anything with it. And so it just sat and collected dust. It was like an electrical box that you could use to put around outlets, right? When you're doing drywall, and then like cut around it so that you don't hit any of the wires. I think they have products like it now. But he had one patented from a long, long time ago. Pretty interesting. But yeah, there you go. Market is not happy with DeSci in this exact moment. No, not Daffy Hellman. Why are you down? Why are you down? Aeon's been pumping. Dang. Can we get some bill action in this? 132%. Damn. How many days is that? All right, last 2 days. Some of the creator bid tokens have been going off the walls. The Draft King. Absolutely skyrocketing. Up over 100% in just a couple days. So that's cool. I would expect some moves from creator bid. Expect these tokens to start moving a little bit. Oh, somebody sold while we were on the live stream. How sad. Should we dox who it was again? Oh my God, what kind of volatility is that? All right. Do you guys have talking points? Anything you guys want to discuss? Otherwise, I am going to go sit down and deal with the ramifications of staying up all night. Oh, here's one thing I want to talk about. Not crypto related, but AI related. You guys should go follow this account. It is a an app you can download on your iPhone that runs a private local language model on your phone. So you download the app and you have access to open source language models like Llama and Lada and all those fun ones on your phone. And so it's private. Your data is staying on your phone. And I've been talking with the founder of it for a while now because I think it's a genius idea. And he's going to start rolling out some pretty crazy initiatives with it. And yeah, I think it's going to be a really, really cool app to watch. And if you guys like data privacy and like using AI, I would download this on your phone. You don't even need the internet to run it. A localized language model on your phone so that you can literally just use AI on your phone. Yeah. Oh, here it is. May 28th. He already posted about it. I didn't want to dox any of the news before he had the chance to. Locally, AI now supports Apple shortcuts, bringing even more ways to chat with your on-device AI. You can now create custom shortcuts, ask questions via Siri, use the action button to trigger conversations. 100% private, all running on device. Download it there. So you can string commands together, and if you see where that's going, creating semi-agentic workflows. You see where that might end up one day? You see where that's headed? Creating personalized assistants on your phone locally. This is the only thing I've seen that is like it. This is the one-of-a-kind thing that I've seen. I'm sure there's competitors out there. I just haven't seen any of them. And it's such a small thing. I just feel really cool. I feel really good about it. There's no token. There's no investment into it. It's just something that I thought you guys would be interested in. Shame on them. Aw. My grandfather's patent was for the semiconductor-based data processor used for NASDAQ. It was around 1960. IBM made all that money, though. Oh my God. C90. You got a celebrity. He comes from royal bloodline. The patent for the data processing used for the NASDAQ? That's crazy. Michael Burry sold his stocks. Yeah, Michael Burry does some interesting things, Beagle. If you remember Michael Burry, so anyone who doesn't know, Michael Burry from The Great Short. Michael Burry from The Great Short. That's not... no, that is him. He's the one who shorted the housing market in 2008 and profited immensely off of the collapse of the housing market, right, in 2008. That's how he got famous. Every couple years, he goes super short again. He trades. He's not an investor. He trades in and out of the markets. You look very hip today. Let's go, Steve. Let's go. It's because I was having a bad hair day. And so instead of trying to do anything with it, I just put a backwards hat on. And I got my blue light glasses on because I've been up since 3 a.m. staring at the computer screen. So my eyes were starting to hurt. But, okay, 2 things I wanted to say about Michael Burry. Number 1 is that he trades in and out a lot. And he goes short for small periods of time a lot. Like, by the time we hear about it in his quarterly reports, there's a good chance he's already closed a lot of the short positions, you know? Like, he probably, I'm speculating here, okay? I am speculating here, but Michael Burry's the kind of guy to go short right here, close the shorts, rebuy, and then report the shorts that he just did, you know? Report the shorts that he did for the last quarter, but be in totally new positions. He has a very strong track record of doing that. The other thing I want to say, to kind of ease the concerns just a little bit, because I know that is a scary thing to hear. The other thing, and if you watch the Big Short, you'll see that Michael Burry started shorting the market here, right around the end of 2005 into 2006. He started shorting the housing market. And he lost so much money for 2 years before it started going down. And then it took another 2 years to play out. So he was short for a gross amount of time. Ended up making a ton of money, but he had the capital to burn for that time. So take it with a grain of salt. That big play he had, he was super early to. Hola, Steve. Ask yourself one question. Have you hit the like button today? I agree with that sentiment, MK. Let's go ahead and pin that message to the top here. Pin the message. I know. Like, it's because he flips in and out. Bio is tanking a bit. Wild Africa, why you gotta say this kind of stuff? I'm not surprised based off of how down the market is in DeSci right now. Bio having a rough day today. Not at a good point to be having that rough day either. I really don't want to see it put lows in again. I do not want to see Bio break below this line right here. 0.057. Really, I don't even want to see it break below right here. 0.06. Because that would indicate that this little rally we've had is over and it's going lower again. Potentially down to revisit the lows down here. I don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. We want to see it moving quick up, 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 up. Good call, MK. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, Steve. Laughy face. Laughy face. You guys, what are we going to do? I'm going to look like Michael Berry eventually when I end up shorting the whole market sometime in 2026. Look at Netflix. WTF is Netflix doing? This looks like Bitcoin dominance. Like, it just only goes up. That's a crazy chart. This is the monthly for Netflix. The monthly. It just like literally just only goes up. Even in that correction or that crash that we had where the rest of the market tanked, Netflix like didn't even move. Didn't even move. Unlike things like Tesla, which saw some crazy pullbacks, like 60% down. Tesla being range bound since January 21 is kind of wild, but it's doing the same type of thing that it does. Tesla on the monthly time frame kind of looks like Eagle AI, doesn't it? God, I stare at these charts way too much. I should not know that. I should not be able to make that parallel. You called Bio the Bitcoin of DeSci. Feels like the link of DeSci to me. Oh, God. Oh, man. I'll take that. Either way, bullish on Link. Well, how's Link doing, actually? How is Link doing? I have not... Link is the crypto that got me into crypto, believe it or not. Obviously, Bitcoin. I had dabbled in Bitcoin, bought some Bitcoin, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. Chainlink is what got me into crypto. Because I saw my friend make a disgusting amount of money on it as it went from like 40 cents up to $16. And then I was like, oh my God. And so I scooped a bunch when it fell here. I think it was here. Yeah, it was right here. I scooped a bunch and then wrote it up there. And I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing to ever exist. Crypto. Chainlink's not doing bad though. It looks a lot like Cardano. I just installed a sign for a beach turn off on a highway. That's as much as I want to think today. Valid. You're valid. You are valid. All right. Yeah, I know we're having a good live stream here, and I hate to end it early, but I really need to go sit down. So make sure you guys are packed and ready for whatever you think is going to happen in the markets. I personally believe that we have much more to go in this crypto cycle. I think if you go look at total market cap of crypto, you'll see the same story that I'm seeing. I think we get that breakout and the crazy Q3/Q4 that everyone's been expecting this whole time. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream. Is it flexing that arm with finger pointing towards the beach? He's just like, oh man, look at that sign. June 5th, tomorrow, is when I saw ETH go up. A lot of these DeSci should follow. I've been picking some up with the volatility. You know, Steve hit the nail on the head last time with his call out. So, and he was oddly specific with it last time, and he was oddly accurate with it last time. So worth paying attention to. We got the oracle of those investors, Steve the Canadian. I was going to buy Link at 10 cents when it was released, but I went into crypto. I was going to buy Link at 10 cents when it was released, but I went too into crypto. Yeah, it happens. Happens to the best of us. Your time's your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing into. I appreciate all of you guys for being here with me. Truly, truly, it's been a good one. And I will see y'all tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, to talk about decentralized science and the broader crypto markets. Peace out, guys.